Welcome to today's video. We are going to discuss why it's important as a woman to look put together. In case this is your first time clicking on my video, thank you. My name is Leslie and I am your favorite nurse yogi. I am a registered nurse by trade. I have 12 years of healthcare experience and I'm a certified yoga instructor with 5 years of teaching experience. No, I do not have a brick and mortar. I am located in the greater Orlando, Florida area, and I teach yoga classes virtually, like right here on YouTube. You can check those out. And I also do pop-up yoga classes. I do community events, those kind of things. And I also do yoga for conferences, events. So if you are an event planner, holla at your girl. Now that that is out of the way, I want to talk about the importance of, we can say this is femininity, but then some may argue and be like, well, I'm not even going to put this, but me learning how to put myself together and look presentable. Obviously, right now I don't look like that. I did just wake up like an hour or so ago, but I had somebody comment on a video that a story that I shared over on Instagram, and a friend of mine, and she was like, "You look so good. You look like a model, but everybody else, they look like they're at a barbecue." And at first I kind of was like, okay, like, and I don't want to say I got offended, but I wanted to, so I'm going to explain. So I was like, this is a good topic because I like to do things such as wearing makeup when I don't have anywhere to go. What does that mean? So I think that learning how to, you don't have to know how to do a full beat, but I think it's important as a woman that you know how to just do a basic face. Like, and with that being said, that also means like learning how to take care of your skin first, because I don't think you need to just jump straight into makeup. You have to make sure your skin is good first before you jump into makeup. I kind of did it a little backwards because, and I was sharing this yesterday. In case you don't know, I'm doing 100 days of YouTube, and I think this is day 17, but I was sharing yesterday how I had really bad cystic acne and it wasn't clearing, like it wasn't going away. I won't, hindsight is 2020. I don't think I was doing everything at that time, but at the time I thought I was, and I just wanted a quick fix. So I was like, well, makeup is quick. I can just go in a store, get makeup, cover it up. But the thing is, when you have cystic acne, I'm not that like good at makeup. I'm still not where when the acne, it's that texture. Like if you have really textured skin and then you have the acne, it's really hard to make you can't really make that disappear unless you're like a professional makeup artist that does like prosthetics and things like that, where you know how to like, I don't know how to do that. So even with the makeup, I still was like, I need to clear this skin, right? And so that's a tip within itself, is like, if you want to start looking put together as a woman, especially if you're a younger woman, this is definitely a big sister chat where I'm just sharing like things I wish I knew in my 20s, because right now I am currently 34, and I see that a lot of people that watch my videos are women between the ages of 25 to 35. So I'm really talking to my 20-year-old little sisters, if you will, of just ways to look put together. So make sure you have a good skincare routine, and it doesn't have to be complicated, right? So let's just talk about what that looks like. Make sure that you're washing your face twice a day. So the same way you brush your teeth morning and night, that's the same way you need to be washing your face morning and night. You also need to make sure that you have a good moisturizer, right? And sunscreen. So wash face, moisturizer, sunscreen. If you do those three things, you're good. We can talk about more in-depth stuff in another video. I actually have a whole video of my whole skincare routine, but I don't want to overwhelm or overcomplicate things. So going back to what my friend, when she was like, yeah, you look like a model or whatever. And I kind of got offended. I'm like, girl, why are you getting offended? Like, your friend is giving you a compliment. I was just like, damn, why you got to say about everybody else? Cause like a family get together. So I like to get done up when I'm going to things that is not a heavy lift, if you will. And what I mean by that is like, I went to a friend's birthday party last night. It was at her house. And I was like, you know what? Even if I'm not leaving the house, let me say this, because I work from home, I will do my makeup because it's less pressure. So like last night, it was a little pressure because I did get new makeup. So I'll show you. Yesterday I went to Ulta and I got my winter foundation stuff. Why y'all didn't tell me there's winter foundation? This is also big sister advice. Be cognizant of when you're buying your makeup, right? So if you bought your makeup after the summer months, you're going to be darker. But then once winter rolls around, you're going to be lighter because there's not as much sun and all that. Even me living in Florida, I live in Florida where it's like sunny all year around. I still have winter complexion, meaning my skin is lighter, right? So the makeup that I was using for my summer shade is not going to work right now. It's going to, you want to make sure that your face matches your neck as close as possible. And typically your neck is always going to be lighter along with your chest because that's typically like more covered up, if you will. So anyways, I went to Ulta yesterday, got my winter shade, and they suggested the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation in the shade Punta Cana. And then I also love powder. That's something else too. The more that I've been wearing makeup, let me show this before I forget. This is the Juvia's Place powder foundation in the shade Cabo. And I really like this because it is a magnetic closure, which is cool. And look, guys, like it has a mirror, which is nice. And then it has a puff. It give you a puff, which I thought that's super cute. So you can like make sure you bring this, like put it in your purse. And I like that it's a good size. So if you got a lot of things in your purse, you can easily be like, oh, I think that's it. You know, if you're not like opening and looking down. So with that being said, last night I was like, you know what? I bought this makeup. I was about to not wear it. And then I was like gonna just wear my old makeup. But I was like, no, Leslie, like that's not your shade. So I was a little scared, but I was like, you know what? F it. This is a perfect place to just try it. Worst case scenario, I just wash it off, right? So I did my makeup actually really quick. And I should have got a different concealer. This is the current concealer that I'm using, which is the Lancome Serum Concealer in the shade 420W. It does look pretty. Actually, it is darker than my foundation, my winter shade. So I was like, dang it. So as I was doing my makeup last night, I was like, oh my gosh. So then I used the foundation to go over the concealer spots. So I did my makeup. I used this new set fixing spray, the L'Oreal 3 setting mist. You can get this like in drugstores. It works really well. And I put it on and I was like, oh, it like, you could just feel it's your makeup fixing onto your face. And then I went out and I was like, oh, I actually look like pretty good. And everybody was like, oh, you look so nice and things like that. And I was like, thank you, thank you. And so I just feel like like if you're wanting to look more put together, go do it, like practice it no matter what. Like even if you're going to the grocery store, practice putting on your makeup, because then when you have things such as a gala or a wedding and maybe for whatever reason, you're like the money's tight. You still want to look together, like look put together. You don't want the reason to be why you don't look put together because of money. I know that can be kind of a hot take, but you always, as a woman, need to look put together. And this is another hot take, but I'm going to say it. When I do wear makeup, people treat me better and then some. People like to look at pretty things. They do. And I'm a happily married woman. I am married and I still want to look. First and foremost, I actually like to look good for my husband. Like I want to look good for him. That's just something that I like to do. And if you're a young woman that doesn't have a partner yet, I'm not here to say like always look done up, because if the person that when you find that person, if you do want to be partnered, they will prefer you, because my husband prefers me without makeup, but he's like, go off, do what you want to do, because that's something else too. If the person you're with, if they're like, you don't need to wear that, like like saying all these things. Jessie Woo, I don't know if you guys follow her, but she made a really good point. She was like, I wear makeup because I like to wear makeup. Like it's fun for me. And I can relate to that. And she shared how she used to have partners in her life who they weren't saying it like, oh, you look better without, you know, like people like, or just like genuinely like, oh, you look prettier without makeup. It's like, thank you. Like, I appreciate that. But then like sometimes it's like that backhanded compliment of like, why are you spending money on makeup? And it's like, that's my business. That's my business, right? That's my money. It's not your money. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like sometimes I hope this doesn't happen to you, but just be weary of people that are trying to steal your joy. That's what I'm trying to get at. So just be weary of people that are trying to steal your joy, because if makeup, for me, makeup has become fun, right? And so it's just like a little piece of joy that I have. And so you have to be, that's something too, as a young woman, is just like, what makes you happy, like what brings you joy. And if makeup is one of those things, like, then continue to lean into that, right? And who knows what could come from that, who knows what opportunities, this chair is not, sorry, who knows what opportunities can come from that. So that's just yeah, so I that's this video, I'm trudging along. Like I said, it's 100 days of YouTube, so just bear with me. But I was like, this is on my heart. I just want to share because I feel like it's good to practice your makeup when you don't got anywhere to go, where you're going somewhere to, which this is probably weird, right? Sometimes, and that's, yesterday was a good exercise for me. Sometimes I don't want to look super done up in certain settings because I know that the other people, like, they're not going to look done up. But I was like, I want to wear the makeup. Like, I want to see how the makeup sits on my face when I go out into the elements. So I was like, you know what? F it. I'm going to do that, right? And then also, like, the more you do your makeup, the quicker you get. Like, I'm really trying to get a 10 to 15 minute beat down. I'm still like 30, 40 minutes, but I'm really trying to get a 10 to 15 minute beat down. And that's something else too. When you're doing your makeup, you have to think ahead. You have to be like, okay, is it nighttime? Is it daytime? What else do you have to think of? Like, yeah, because if it's nighttime versus daytime, do you need sunscreen under your makeup? Do you not need sunscreen? And we talked about that already. That's where, before you start your makeup journey, you need to make sure you have a good skincare regimen, right? So what else can we talk about when it comes to just being put together and looking put together? Because the first thing people look at is your face, right? Your face. I should take this thing off. This poof. I'm not in wind. Like, this is, from what I understand, this poof on the mic is like, if it's windy, it'll like muffle the wind so you can just hear your voice. But yeah, looking put together is very important. It is. And the more that you show, this is something else I want to make very, very clear. You're doing this looking put together for you, because when you look good, as corny as this, you know, the next part is, maybe you don't, but when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you put better energy out into the world. I told you already, I am a yoga teacher, so I got that woo woo in me. And I truly believe that, well, it's not even a belief, it's proven, right? Scientifically proven. Like, we all have energy, aura, right, that we all exude. You may go into a setting and you're just like, why does this setting just feel like shit? Like, it just feels heavy, right? And it's because of the energy of the people that are in that room, in that space. You go into another room and you're like, oh my God, this feels so light. It feels bright. I can't put words to it, but I just feel good. How? It's the energy that people give. And you might be like, how do you go from makeup to energy woo-woo stuff? But I truly believe that. I truly believe that, right? And if you're still watching this and you're like, I don't agree, but I highly doubt, other ways that, like, because we're talking about makeup and stuff like that, if foundation, if you're like, that's too much for me, Leslie, and that's too heavy, there are, skin tints that you can get. I remember the first skin tint that I dibbled and dabbled in was the Lip Bar. So the Lip Bar, they have skin tints and it's super easy. It's not as intimidating. You just rub it in the same way you would rub in lotion. Make sure though, right after you wash your hands, because the way that I have like prints of makeup all over the house, like I feel like a child, but you live and you learn. So yeah, you can just put like after you do your skincare, so you wash your face, you put your moisturizer and your sunscreen, you then would put a skin tint on, right? And let's talk about sunscreen really, really quick because if you're like, I don't know if I'm sure really ready for the sunscreen, there are different types of sunscreen that can give you like a glowing effect. It has no pigment in it, but it's just the current sunscreen I'm using, it's Mixsoon, Mixsoon. Their bean sunscreen SPF 50 is it's so liquidy, and it goes on like butter, like melted butter, and it gives me that glow. So on the days, because every day you need to look put together, if you work from home or not, every day as a woman, you need to look put together. With the Mixsoon, if I just want to give skincare, I will put the Mixsoon sunscreen on. But on the days where I'm wearing makeup, this is also a tip. I don't have mineral sunscreen right now, but mineral sunscreen, it will give you a white cast. Like if you have skin complexion like me, you black girl, it will give you a white cast, but it acts as a good primer. That's what I'm trying to get at. So like mineral sunscreens can act as a good primer. I don't really like mineral sunscreens because of that white cast, even though you'll be covering up with makeup. So currently if I'm wearing makeup, I'm using Curology's sunscreen SPF 30 because it's not as glowy, because the foundation that I'm going to wear is going to do that glow for me, right? So I think that's everything. Oh, my nail broke. Ugh. I think that's everything that I want to talk about. I just wish, again, this is like a big sister chit chat. I just wish I had like somebody like that, just share with me when I was in my 20s. Like, learn how to do your makeup, because you also don't want to be dependent on somebody. Especially like, I don't know where you're at in life, but you want to put your money into other, like investing and saving up to buy a home, like those type of things. So if you can learn how to beat your face, when I tell you, I said this already, but the opportunities, the way that people treat you, like this is something so trivial, and maybe the man would have done this, but I was like at Costco one day in the tire department because we had to get new tires. And I went to Costco, I was like, I'm gonna quickly beat my face. Quickly beat my face means just a little bit of blush. Like it was just a little bit of something. And like I was walking out and the man like opened the door. I don't know this man from Adam, but he opened the door for me. Yes, men should do that for you, but there's certain situations in life recently when I wear makeup where people actually look more at me, and I'm like, oh, okay. So that's just some big sister tips. And yeah, this is a ummy video because I have no script, but I just wanted to share that. Like, it's important. I need to rip this off. It is important that you look put together, makeup or nah. Like, so if you're like, this is the end of the video pretty much, but if you're like, I don't want to wear makeup, Leslie, make sure at least that your skin is like your skin care is, you have a good skincare routine. And then also like wearing a good lip gloss. So I have the lip gloss I like here. You know what lip gloss I really like, guys? Like, again, if I am just like giving skincare, right? So I washed my face, I did my moisturizer, I put my sunscreen. We also got to take care of the lips. My lips are ashy right now. A good lip gloss that I like is the Topicals one. They're the mint lip salve. That thing, it like to my lips. Another good lip gloss, like if you're not a makeup girly but you want to dibble and dabble, Edam. They're a La Chocho one. Edam, Eadem. Look that up. Their lip glosses, yes, they are about $30, but that lip gloss, and it gives a nice, like if you're a black brown girl, it gives a very subtle lip tint, if you will, to your makeup, to your lips. So those are the two lip glosses that I would recommend if you want to dibble and dabble. Like if you're like, no, the whole makeup thing, contour, like, and I don't do contour, any of that. So let's wrap up with this. So how I can explain, and then in another video maybe I can show, but that's a lot. So what I do first, this is something I learned from Tiffany Lumpkin. She's a professional makeup artist. She says you do your creams before your powders. So what that means is like this foundation is liquid. So you do your liquid stuff before a powder. So the first thing I do after I prime, so I do prime my face with this Curology primer, and it has azelaic acid and niacinamide in it. So I already did say this. I had cystic acne, so I try my best with my skincare to make sure I have products that keep my acne at bay when it comes to skincare. So I do the primer, and then after I do this, so I do sunscreen, primer, and then I do concealer. So then when I do my concealer, I'll do under my eyes. I don't really have bags or darkness, and that was something yesterday the girls at Ulta did bring up. I don't have a lot of discoloration on my face, but I still just do put concealer under my eye. I put concealer on my mustache area because I need to be better with using my dermaplane to just get it off. But when I don't, I just put concealer over this area, my mustache. Then I put concealer under my eyebrows. But I do my eyebrows first. So let me take that back. After I prime my face, I do my eyebrows first with my pencil. And this is the current pencil that I'm using. It's the Goof Proof Brow Pencil, the Benefit one, in the shade, where is it? 5. I think I need a lighter shade, if I'm going to be honest with you, because my hair isn't blonde anymore. But I have to, after I do use that pencil, I'll put like translucent powder to lighten it up, and or even just like the powder foundation to lighten it up. So after I do my eyebrows, then I use the concealer under my eyebrows. I put a little bit right here. And then they typically say, I did ask this online one day, like, how long should your concealer set on your face? Some girls say like 5 minutes, but you also can use a fan to just let it set. And what that's doing is just giving you more coverage. So like with me, I don't like my mustache, so I really want to let the concealer set there so I can have more coverage, not seeing my mustache, right? So after I do my concealer, then I do the foundation, okay? And less is more, y'all, and it's really about the technique. So yesterday I did use a beauty blender. I've actually, though, been preferring using a brush. The reason I didn't use this brush last night is because it had my summer shade on it, okay? Love this, too, because I've yet to use this side. I don't know what to use this side for yet because it's a little more floofy, but this side I use for foundation because it's more compact. The bristles are more compact and dense together, where this is not. So you always, if you have brushes at home that you haven't used yet, because I'm all about like, don't go buy stuff. I'm pretty sure you might have some of this. If you're using a foundation brush, which I prefer, you make sure that it's compact, the bristles. So then I did that last night though with the beauty blender, boom, boom, boom. After I did the foundation, I then did the powder. So I used the powder and I used the poof, but I didn't really, and again, it's like what you're used to, right? This was the poof, right? I don't know if I really liked it. I also was in a rush, right? I don't know if I really liked it, but I used it. After that, so now we're getting into the powders, right? Where is it? So after that, after I did the foundation, I then bronze. Bronze just to bring, because with the foundation, it gives you like a flat look. Like think of like, well, let me not get into paint stuff because I'm looking at the paint on my walls, but think about foundation. It's just going to flatten. It's going to even your skin tone throughout your whole face. You then need to warm your face. So you want to use a bronzer. So I have 2 bronzers. I have like a cream bronzer, which I should use right after I do the foundation, right? I should use right after I do the foundation before I do the powder. I didn't do that last night, but I have, because I wasn't going to use this one. This is the Tarte Man Eater bronzer in the shade Midnight. And wasn't going to use this because I was like, oh, I've been using this as the summer shade. And it's a little dark for me at this time. So I was like, that was something else I should have had them get me yesterday, but I didn't. So I'm like, I used the Benefit, this bronzer. But I don't know if I like this one, but I did use it. This is a powder. So where do you put it? I put it here, just right here, okay? And then I go like this right here. I don't do any of the like, I don't even remember how to do it, but you know how you yeah, I don't smile, because another makeup artist that I follow online, she was like, when you do that, it's gonna drop. So you just have to put the bronzer where where your face naturally, like right where your cheekbone naturally is. So I don't go like this. I just where my cheekbone naturally is, put the bronzer all here. That's where I put my bronzer. Then I do blush. And last night I used this. It's a cheek and lip mousse. So this is Maybelline. They say that you can use this on your lips. I don't like things that are 2-in-1 or 3-in-1. I don't. I really don't. But I get some people like that convenience. But isn't this so pretty? So I put this as my blush. It was so pretty. It was so pretty. And sometimes if I'm feeling like really, really spicy, I'll mix my blushes. And I have this old MAC blush, Pinch of Marrakesh. It's a cream. It's cream, and then it's like, I forget how she described, but it's cream to touch. So I'll mix those together and use this brush. And what's cool is a lot of these brushes, they tell you, that's a little tip too. They tell you this is a blush brush. And then I just boop, boop, boop. I don't smile. I just boop, 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 blush on top of my bronzer, just right there. It gives a really natural finish that I like. And then before I spray, before you spray, do your mascara. This is the mascara I use. This is the Essence. It's so good. I used it last night. It was $3 at Ulta, and it does give the false lash effect. So you do that, okay? And then wait a little bit and then spray your fixing spray, because maybe it was because it was setting spray. So I learned, I don't know if I said this already, but fixing spray, it has alcohol in it and it fixes the makeup. When I used to use setting spray and I did my mascara as like my last step and I'd spray, the mascara would drop down, like it would, and then I'd have to like redo my under eye. So I don't know, because I'm trying to remember if I did that last night, but that's just a tip. Put the mascara on, let it set, and then spray your face. Before you spray your face, this isn't so much crazy, but you're going to line your lips. So I use the MAC Lippy in Chestnut. This is very nice, very smooth. And then I use this lip gloss. This is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss and Hyaluronic Acid. Such a natural finish. Like, you just look naturally pretty. So those are my tips on how to be put together as a young woman. Make sure you have a good skincare routine. Then dibble and dabble in makeup with some lip gloss, if you will. If you want to start with the foundations, I have those recommendations. And make sure you like this video. Subscribe, because the goal at the end of this year, in the next month or two, I will be at 1,000 subscribers. At time of recording, it is February 22nd, 2026. And at the end of this year, your girl will be monetized. So subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.